In this demonstration, I'm going to be having a look at computer architecture, COAR5111, your assignment. So we've done a previous video on the assignment and given you some guidelines. This is an update to cover some of the details that were not covered in the previous demonstration. How to create now my assignment document. It should be created and saved in the cloud. So when I say saved in the cloud, all of us have access to a OneDrive account. If I go in to the browser and if I just type in Office 365 login, Microsoft 365 login, I'm already logged in. But I can see here that once I've logged in to Office 365, it will open up with Microsoft 365 like this. On the top right-hand side, I'll be able to see that I'm currently signed in, Subendran Naidu, and I can sign in and out here. Then on the left-hand side, I can see these are all of my online apps that I have available. So you can use Office Online at any computer that you are on. If I now click on I can check my campus email here with Outlook, or I can look at the, what I'm looking for now is I want to look at my OneDrive account. So I click on OneDrive. I've already got a window open here, but I've just opened it again. So if I'm looking at my OneDrive account now, there's all of my work that I'm going to be storing. So I can go to my files and then I can create folders for all of my different subjects, and I can then upload, or I can even create new documents right from here. So as you can see, in 2023, I've got a couple of courses: CNOS, Computer Architecture, NTAD, NWAR. And then if I look into my computer architecture, I've got some tests, I've got PowerPoints, I've got my module outline, I've got my assignment. Can you see? So it's just like using your flash drive, except your flash drive now is in the cloud and it's got much bigger capacity. So this is using your OneDrive account. If you have things that are stored anywhere else but this account, then please go and load it into this account. How do I upload files? I will go to the location, I'll click on my files, and let's say I'm in my files and I want to create a new folder. Then I simply click on new folder, and this is Rosebank College. So I create a Rosebank College folder. I click on the folder, and then I can click on upload. What do I want to upload? A file or a folder? I click on a file. I go and select it. So in this case, I'm going to upload this document here just for demo. And I don't want to share it. And there's my document here. I want to open it. I can click, open up the document. I can download the document. I can share it, etc. Can you see? Okay. So this is the cloud location where you're going to be storing all of your work. For all of your subjects, you store it in your OneDrive account. Regardless of wherever you are, you can access it from your phone, you can access it from the campus computers, you can access it from any computer with an internet connection. You log on using your campus details. Exactly how you log on to campus, you log on to Microsoft 365. So when I say it should be in the cloud, this is what I'm talking about in your OneDrive account. Next, I'm going to look at, I'm creating now a Word document. So I'm going to open up Word, Windows, Word. And I said, whenever we create documents, we need to give it a meaningful name. In other words, I'm not just going to call this assignment 1. I need to know that it's a computer architecture assignment, and I also need to know that it's my document. For example, I'll give you an example now. So I click on blank Word document. And immediately I'm going to save it. File, save as. Now I can see I'm signed in to IIE. So I'm going to go to my OneDrive on IIE. And RC 2023. So you choose the location of where you want to store this. So because I'm working on the cloud, it's taking a bit long. So there's my documents here. And then this is computer architecture. So look at the name that I'm going to use now. So this is my computer architecture assignment. So COAR. I'm not going to type in 5111 and all of that. I just need to give it enough information so that I know that this is my document. So COAR tells me it's the computer architecture assignment. I'm going to say ASS for assignment, or you can type it out in full. COAR assignment. Oh, who am I? I am DMT. So I'm a DMT student. That's my qualification that I'm studying. And what is my student number? ST, whatever your student number is. And I type in my student number. Just by looking at this now, I can see it's a computer architecture assignment. It's a DMT student, and there's the student number. Can you see how clear it is? If you look at the document, or if you submit the document, then anyone looking at that document knows that's the assignment, computer architecture assignment. So once I've named it correctly, I need to now insert my cover page. So I'll say insert cover page. And the simplest one I can find, I will choose. I'm going to use this one here. So what is this? This is my computer architecture assignment, COAR assignment. It's already typed in my name here. Can you see? So I'm just going to put here my student number instead of email address. COAR assignment, and I'm DMT1. Any other information that you need to type in, you can type in the abstract is generally what is the assignment about. You can either include it or you don't have to include it. But can you see now, I've got, it's a COAR assignment. I'm DMT. I've got my full name, Subendran Naidu, and I've got my student number. It can be very clearly identified, the document. Got it? Next thing that now, if it's, don't just leave abstract like this. If you're going to use it to include more details, then include the details. Otherwise, just click on it and delete it. So I'm going to click on it and delete it. I've got my cover page. The next page is generally the contents page. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to type in the different questions. I know that I've got 4 questions. So I'm going to type in question 1, question 2, question 3, and question 4. Then I'm going to highlight these, and I'm going to say that these are heading 2. Can you see on the styles? I'm going to select it as heading 2. Now, I'm just going to put in page breaks between them. So I'm going to say insert page break. So it's going to start question 1 on this page. Then I'm going to click there and I'm going to say insert page break. It's going to start this one on the next page. Then I'm going to say insert, page break. Next one, page break. So I've got my 4 questions starting on 4 different pages. Next, what am I going to do? I'm going to insert page numbers. I don't see any page numbers here. So I go again, insert, and I'm looking for page numbers. Where's the page numbers? It says here, header and footer, page number. Can you see header and footer? It's got page number. So I click on the drop down and I want it to be at the bottom of the page, and I'm going to make it in the center. So page number 1 to 5 is going to be inserted there. I click out of there, and if I scroll down, I can see this is page 5, this is page 4, this is page 3, etc. So I've inserted headings and I've inserted the page numbers. Now on page 2, I'm going to go and insert a table of contents. So I go to references, table of contents, and I'm going to insert automatic table of contents. And there you can see it's automatically inserted my table of contents. Can you see? So on the cover page, it's computer as COAR, I can put in 5111. Assignment, I'm a DMT student and I've got my full name and my student number. Then there's the table of contents. On page 1, I'm then going to start answering my questions. I go and have a look now. Where's my question paper? Computer architecture. Question 1 is going to be speaking about safety procedures, tools to be used, and environmental concerns. So these are the topics that I'm going to be speaking about here. Safety procedures. I'm going to explain what is safety procedures. Tools to be used. I'm going to explain what is tools to be used. And then environmental concerns, I'm going to say, so safety procedures allows me to protect computer equipment, and myself from damage or getting hurt. So I can put safety procedures as you'll format this correctly. And then you'll say examples of safety procedures includes, and then if you want to put it in point form, like many of us want to put it in point form, then you will list the safety procedures. Use of an anti-static mat. I'm making a mistake. I don't know how to spell something. Spell check is there. But it's not giving me the one that I want. So anti-static mat. What other safety procedures did you come across? Nothing else. Okay, that's an example. Tools to be used. when working with computers are as follows. And you see, it gives little bit of an explanation as to what tools to be used means. It's tools to be used when working with computers. And then I give examples of the tools to be used. Phillips screwdriver. And you'll continue. Environmental concerns as well. So what is environmental concerns? Environmental concerns are factors to consider when placing computers. Environmental concerns are factors to consider when placing computers in computer rooms or in the office environment, or in the office, just in the office. That's fine. These include, so I can say, these include colon, and then I can put in the points. Radio frequency interference, from cell phones. So I've got radio interference, radio frequency interference, and then I'm saying from cell phones. So then I'm giving an example of it as well. So now 5 points for each of them. That's going to give me my marks for question 1. Question 2, building a computer system. We said you can present it in the form of a PowerPoint, which was demonstrated already in the first video. Alternatively, you can do it in the Word document itself. So in terms of handling components, you will write notes. You'll give a picture and you'll write notes on how you would handle the components. So here as well, I will go into question 2 now, which is on the next page. And these are all of the points that I need to talk about. And I'm guided by the marking rubric. Handling of components. When handling components, computer components, I need to be aware of static electricity. If I am not properly grounded, I could damage the component. So I'm giving now examples and I'm writing about this. Let's look at the marking rubric again. What does it say? Your discussion needs to be outstanding, adequate, partially adequate, inadequate on handling of components. Then if I'm doing it only in Word, in other words, I haven't done the PowerPoint or the demonstration in PowerPoint, I will still need to go and insert a picture here. Correct assembly of components, correct disassembly of components, I/O ports, input output ports, and discuss how either of the systems, desktop or laptops, work. So I've got each of the different headings here. I will now continue to expand and make sure that my discussion, handling of components, is here, but I should also include a demonstration of handling of components. So I can go and say insert pictures or online pictures. See, Word has all of these built-in functionality. Please wait while we load components. And what am I looking for? Computer. And you can see here there's a tick that says Creative Commons only. That means it's licensed to be used. You can actually take it and use it. You're not using someone else's work illegally. Does it make sense? So it's licensed for you to use. That is why it's recommended that you do it this way and not just go and copy and paste pictures from Google that you are not authorized to use. Now this picture looks like I'm taking apart or I'm assembling a computer component. So I can just go and search for the relevant. This person looks like they're fixing a car. Or is it a big server machine? Maybe it's a server machine. It could be a, yeah, it's a server machine, right? It's a desktop computer. That's perfect, exactly what I'm looking for. So in handling of components, he's removing components from here. I can insert a picture like this, and then I can correctly and you can see also it's automatically referenced if I do it this way. Can you see? I didn't need to copy and paste the long description. It automatically, this photo is by unknown author, is licensed under, and it's given you the reference there. Okay, so do it this way. In the same way, I'll continue and I'll do the rest of question 2. So question 2, you've either done it in PowerPoint or directly in the Word document, and you are explaining, but you must have a picture and talk to the picture. Make sense? Correct assembly of components. You can get a similar picture for correct assembly of components, and you've got notes in your slides that shows you how to do that. And then you will continue. Let's quickly have a look at the other questions. Question 3 we said was case components. In this question, you are meant to choose between desktop or laptop, and then they continue and they say you need to discuss these factors for each of them. Name and description of the component, etc. And each of them have got 8 marks allocated. And then finally, they say motivate why you choose the desktop or the laptop. So we've shown you how to do this in the previous video as well. And then the last one, we showed you how to insert a table and then how to write out the information. So in this video, it was mainly formatting. And now the last thing I'm going to have a look at is the references. So in Word, you've already got a reference manager. So I click on the top on references, and then I'm going to insert a new reference. Now the primary reference source that you are using is which one? Your textbook. So let me go and see which is my textbook. If I go into Learn, and if I click on my module information, from Learn, I went and I clicked on module information. There's module information. It tells me what is my prescribed textbook. There's it here. CompTIA A+ Guide to IT Technical Support. It's the 11th edition, and these are the authors. It was published in 2022. How do I insert this reference, and how am I going to use this reference now? I go and I have a look, and I say, okay, there's references. I clicked on the references tab, and then I'm going to go to manage sources. And currently I've got no references. Source is, where did I get it from? Did I get it from a textbook? Did I get it from an internet article? Did I get it from a website? Wherever I got it from. So then I'm going to say new, click on new. What type of source is this? It's a book. Who's the author of the book? I'm going to go, now they say surname and then the name of the person. So I go and I have a look at who's the authors. There's a couple of authors here. So Gene Andrews, so it's Andrews Gene. So let's go and type it in. Andrews, comma, space, Gene. And then I separate it by putting a semicolon. So a semicolon is the dot with the comma. Space, who's the next? Oh, I missed out Andrews. Then I go and put in the next person, which is Joy Dark Shelton. So Shelton, comma, Joy Dark, and then colon, space, who's the next person? Nicholas Pierce. Pierce, comma, Nicholas. What is the title of the book? CompTIA A Plus. There's it here. So I go and get the title and I put it in the title. Year, it was in 2022. City, does it give me city? Doesn't tell me city here. It's the 11th edition. And publisher, it doesn't tell me. Does it tell me who's the publisher? So there's information that is missing. Let me go and look at my module outline document. So I'm going to go back into Rosebank College. And I'm going to look student material. I want to see my module outline document, COAR. Module outline, there's it here. Is this the correct? This is 2022, wrong one. So always check that it's the correct one, COAR 5111. Should be MO. Right, so this is 2022, still wrong one. So let me just search COAR 5111. Oh, I opened a test. (2023) module outline. And I'm looking for the prescribed textbook. Resources, there's it here. Oh, it's exactly the same. They haven't given me more information. I'm just going to look for more information quickly. So if I go to my library website, I'm just going to search and see what comes up. Cengage. There's it here. So there's the publisher. It's the 11th edition. So the publisher is Cengage. That's enough. Okay. So you can get the city as well from your textbook itself. So I'll say okay. And now I've got a, can you see? There's an entry now there. And then I'm going to go close. To use this reference, the use of an anti-static mat. Now, if I look at my library website, they've got a referencing guide. There's the referencing guide that I got from the library website. And they say if the book has multiple authors, how do you reference two authors? Now, before this, it says that IIE uses the Harvard style, Harvard referencing style. So I go into my Word document and I look at the style here and it says APA. And I'm looking for Harvard. Okay. And there I can see there's Harvard. So of all of the styles, I can see there's a Harvard referencing style here. So I'm going to click on the Harvard referencing style. Then if I've got Harvard referencing style that has been selected, it's going to format the information correctly for me. If I look at the referencing guide now from the IIE, it says if I want to reference a book with multiple authors, there's it here, 2 authors or 3 authors or more. The first time I use it, I need to indicate the reference as follows. If I'm saying that these people are saying that these are the following, if I'm saying that these authors tell me that the sources, like let's have a look here. Safety procedures allows me to protect computer equipment and myself from damage or from getting hurt. Now, where did I get that information from on safety procedures? I got it from the textbook. If I wish to reference now the textbook, I'm going to see now in text direct quote. No, first use, you need to use this. So it says, if I reference, in the text after the statement, I put it in brackets like this one here. If I use it as part of the statement, then I reference like this. So I will then say insert citation, Andrews, and then it says automatically Andrews et al. But they said the first time I use it, what do I need to do? I need to include all of the author's surnames. So I can right click and I can say edit citation. That's allowing me to insert the page numbers. So it's not giving me the options. So what I'm going to do is instead of et al, I'm going to say Andrews. Edit citation. Why is it not allowing me to type? convert to static text, edit citation. So it's not giving me multiple options. Okay, for this one, you can just convert it to static text and then include, like they've got here, the different authors' names for the first time that you use. Thereafter, you can use et al. So I'm going to go and now enter all of the authors' names. So we said that the authors' names were Andrews, Shelton, and Pierce. So Andrews, Shelton, Pierce, 2022. That's the first time that I use it. Next time that I use it, like if I want to use it here, then I can say insert citation and I click on the book and now I can use Andrews et al. Can you see? Okay. So there's two ways to do in-text referencing. One is you're going to put it at the end of the statement. Alternatively, if I had to say safety procedures, in other words, let me just copy this and give you the next example. If I was going to, now the only difference is going to be the position of the brackets, okay? If I was going to use it as beginning Andrew, Shelton, and Pierce, and then I would say 2022, state that safety procedures allows me to protect the computer equipment and myself from damage or getting hurt. Can you see? I've used it either in the front of the sentence or at the end of the sentence, and the only thing changed was the formatting. Can you see? So you can use it either way. When I've completed now doing my in-text referencing, I need to have a reference list at the end of my document. So I've gone through and I put in all of my references. I go to the end of the document. I say enter and I say insert page break again because I want it to begin at the page break, and I'm going to say references. And I'm going to format this here as, click on home, and also as heading 2, so that it's going to appear in my table of contents. Then I'm going to go to references and I'm going to say from here, bibliography, there's references. So I'm going to click on references. Oh, so I don't need to type it because it's automatically putting it in for me. And there's the reference that I've typed in. Can you see? So the same way, you will capture any other internet sources or anything else that you have used so that you will automatically be able to put it in this way. And it makes it very simple. Got it? Question? The images? No. So like here, so the question is, should the images also be on the reference list? If I've taken it from internet sources, yes. Okay. Where I've got a web page. For example, if I went and took in a, let's go back to references. And I want to go to manage sources, and I'm going to say new, and I went and took a image from a website, document from website. Okay. So what I can do here now is, let's say I went into Google and I went into images, computer. So I go to images and computer. Under images here as well, you go to more, tools, and you click on usage rights, and you also click on Creative Commons licenses. Okay, so don't just take any images. So when I click on Creative Commons licenses, then now these computer images I can freely use without any copyright violations. If I go and take an image here, so maybe I want to use this one here, and so I'll go and click on the where I got the image from. So I'm getting it from this website. So this is the source now. And then if there's any other information that they've got about this, so there's it here, file information. Can you see? There's all of the information here. This is the information that I'm going to put into my Word document. So I can see they've given me, there's an author here. Author is David. I'm going to put in the author. Name of the web page. What is it called? That's the name of the web page. Year. There's it. 31st October 2008. 2008 October 31st. Year accessing, that's 2023. This is about me. April. What's the date today? 20th. And where would I find it? Which URL? There's the URL here. So then I can copy the URL, copy link address. And then I say, okay. Now there's my second source that I have inside here. When I want to use that image, I'm going to say close. I'm going to go and let's say I've got this image that I've taken from this site and I was using it here. Then I've copied the image, save image as. Or will it just allow me to copy and paste? Let me just see. Copy image and then paste, Control and V. Yes, it allows me to paste the image. If I've done this now and pasted the image, then I go underneath here, I say insert citation, and then there's it here. Can you see how the citation is inserted? Then I go and I update my reference list here. Update field. Can you see? It's updated. There's the new reference, and it's correctly done automatically. Then also I need to update my table of contents. Right click, update field, entire contents, and it's put in my references there as well. Can you see? So in the same way, other sources, you will include it like this. Other questions? Does it make it easier? So if you haven't already created this document, go and create it now. Can you see I didn't put in any all the answers, but at least I've got my document there. So I've got the framework, and then I can start working.